new season, but it looks like you're on the lookout for a new roommate as well now that Matt's on his way.
Yeah, looks like it. I'm not sure exactly what stage he's at now, but obviously I think it looks likely he'll be heading off. So there's a few bits of negotiating to do with some of the other squad members. I think Jem's currently on a bit of a slippery slope with Ledge. I might have to rekindle my... I've run with him twice before, and then we've obviously got Sean Morrison and Jem are quite close, so we're sort of doing a few deals under the table. To do then. Well, I don't know. Jem seems pretty keen to cling on to the relationship. They had a good run together, obviously, central midfield, so we'll have to see how that pans out. But I think it's looking likely I need a new room here.
Yeah. But with the changes that happen at Reading, I mean, does that affect you much as players? I mean, losing someone like Matt Mills, who was obviously the captain last season.
Yeah, obviously it's a blow. I mean, he's a top player and a really good guy, and I think realistically it's part and parcel of how the club operate. And it's something that you have to kind of accept to a degree. Obviously, I suppose some fans might not look at it in the most positive light, because they look at it as we're sending our best players, but I think you have to look at it as a whole, and it's for the benefit of the club. It's not any other reason for doing it except for that. It's to keep everything ticking over, and we're always told that it's a very well-run club, and you can see that with the setup and the staff and the good squad that we've got, really. And I think it's important to be steady. I mean, I've been at other clubs that have probably gone for it a bit too much, and you look at the state of some of them now, Watford's, Palace to a degree, and they're not in the best condition financially. So I think it's a bit of a balance to be had, and for me, the squad and the team far outweighs any individual. We showed that last year with Gylfi, which was a massive loss for us. Yeah. But for me, it's better maybe losing one or two, probably max, than 3 or 4 for a little bit less. It'll affect the squad a lot more, and I still think we're strong. And one of the bonuses for us last year was people coming in. If there was injuries or suspensions or whatever, the level of that person never dropped, really, and it was as good, if not better, in some cases when people came in and stepped in. So it's football; it gives someone else a chance to come in and step up, and we've got people that are ready to do that. So we look at it as a positive. It's a challenge for someone, and we say good luck and best wishes to Millsy, and we crack on from here.
From the fans' point of view, can you see that it's obviously a bitter pill to swallow, the fact that he's actually going to another championship club? Because I mean, if he went to, there's a lot of interest from Wolves. If he was going to go to there, then you can kind of understand it's Premier League football. It is actually a step up, but I mean, Leicester are obviously going for bust this season. Yeah,
well, I think it comes down to purely financial situation, really. I mean, if they're willing to put up the money, then I'm sure Reading have to listen to that, and at the end of the day, it's the player who really decides what he wants to do, although he might have a couple of options. Yeah. And, I've had this chat with him, and you kind of got to go with what you feel is best for your career. And obviously he'll make that decision. So, of course, Leicester are going to be there or thereabouts, with or without Millsy, so it's just something we've got to deal with. And, if he's out there playing against us, then so be it. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. Has the manager talked to you? Because obviously the captain's armband's up for...
No, I haven't had a chat with him yet. But as I said, that's something else that we're quite fortunate. We've got people that are more than capable of doing that job, and I think Bryn being kept on will be massive for us this season, just to have that bit of experience around the place. There was a group of us outside today, which wasn't the biggest of them, or the older lads, I should say.
Yeah.
But as I said, pretty blessed in that department. We try and make a point of leading from within, really. Whether it's one person's got an armband or whatever, it's not the be all and end all. We've got people around the place that will do that naturally.
Is it something that you'd be open to doing?
I'd love to do it. I've enjoyed it. I think it's something that if it happened, it happened. But I had a chat with the gaffer last season about it when Ivar come back in, and he was a little bit because I'd been done it previously. I said, look, at the end of the day, it's whatever you decide. I'm not going to change the way I am, or the way I sort of approach games or am with people, whether I've got an armband or not. It's a nice thing to have if you have it, but I don't think it's the be all and end all, as I said. So what will be will be.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about the centre back options as well. Obviously, you've got Sean Morrison that Reading fans haven't seen much of. But what's he like to play against. And
looks good to me. I've seen him in training. Obviously, he had a little spell out last year. Didn't really get much of a game because they were flying, obviously, Huddersfield. And but what I've seen him with him in training, he's very commanding.
He's quite tall, isn't he?
Very good size, yeah. Bit of a man mountain, really, if I'm honest. But he likes playing. You know, he can get the ball down and he can pass the ball, and I think he's got a big future and another young lad. So it's important to give them a bit of time to bed themselves in, really. And that's another bonus of this club. They give the youngsters a chance, and I'm sure the fans will appreciate seeing a young, homegrown kind of lad coming through, really, and given a chance. So, high hopes for him. I'm pretty optimistic that he can come in and make the place his own. And obviously, probably looking like alongside Piercy, I'm sure they'll form a good partnership.
Yeah, and looking forward to this Saturday. I mean, I take it you probably won't be involved in that.
I don't think so. I don't think I could last more than 2 minutes after today's running. Obviously, we've been back in a bit later, so I'm assuming it's going to be the boys that have been in for a bit longer. And obviously, we're off to Slovenia, so I think it's important just to get the balance of the fitness and the games right. So the biggest thing for pre-season really is not to get injured, because it's the time that you need to be out training. So I doubt if we'll be involved in that.
Tempted to go down and watch, or
it's that Eastleigh, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit far from me.
I've
got to sort something. Yeah, well, this all these things are now. I can make more of a sort of stringent decision in what I'm going to be doing in terms of living wise and stuff like that. So for me, it's a positive thing, and once that's all sorted, it'll help, obviously.
Oh, what you thinking about moving?
Yeah, probably. That'll obviously help with the day-to-day stuff.
You still
I'm trying to get Mikel to buy a place so that I can just rent a room off him. That'll do for me. Yeah. So we're still in we're in negotiations about a lot of things, actually. So
it's a busy time for players as well as people like Nick Hamill and Brian McDermott.
Yeah, definitely. But no, it's all good. It's all positive. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I guess that's the one good thing about signing you did as well. You know exactly where you're going to be.
Yeah, 100%. You always have the option with a year left of not signing and sort of seeing how it goes, but tabloid reports again that QPR are interested in you. Yeah, I think a lot of it's just silly season. I think because it's been so quiet.
Yeah.
Ridiculously quiet. It's probably people just looking for something that's not really there, and probably picked up on a bit of the stuff that was last year, and you can't really get away from that. But what it comes down to is whether you're happy somewhere, and obviously I'm very happy here, and it's nice to have that time that you've got definitely on your contract to make those sort of decisions, whether it's moving closer and putting a bit more sort of plans into action, knowing that you've got that time. So it's a good situation, and as I said, just pleased.
Yeah, and finally, is yours going to be the PlayStation room again in Slovenia?
In Slovenia, yeah, I think so. Well, now that depends what the rooms are, but yeah, I'm sure it'll be a bit of action going on there to kill a bit of time.
Cool, brilliant.
Awesome. Cool.
Cheers, Jobi.